Alrighty, welcome everyone to the online fundraiser with Open House live on Facebook. We're just going to give it a few moments while people connect in and whatnot, they find their way. It's amazing. We do quite a lot of these events, and I know for myself, I often get lost on the way, which is a pretty wild thought when we've got no commute at the moment or anything like that. But it is going to be a really good tonight. I'm very excited to share with what has been happening at Open House with all of you and how we've been still impacting the community while we found ourselves sort of isolated at homes and whatnot. And before we continue tonight, we wait for a few people to connect with us as well. A special shout out to my man, Nathan Turner. You can't see him right now, but he is in the background of this live stream. Oh, he's popped in, he's waving, there he is. Give him a virtual clap or whatever you guys like to do. Nathan is a true legend, and we couldn't have done tonight without Nathan, so I'm very thankful to have a wingman like him. He always makes me look good at these events, which is no easy task in itself. So just got to give it a couple more seconds while we have people connecting. I hope you're all enjoying this beautiful spring evening we find. I was saying to Nathan at the start of the stream, there's no better time in Melbourne than spring. I mean, we get daylight savings and started to come, we get beautiful weather. And look, at the moment, I don't know about all of you watching, I found myself really appreciating walks around nature and whatnot as well. But it looks like we've got a few people that have joined us on the event, so we might begin the night. So for those of you that may have stumbled across this live stream fundraiser or been invited by a friend, my name is Jordan and I'm the Relationships Manager here at Open House CIC. And it's my great privilege to be with you all tonight, to host this evening, to have a bit of a chat, as I said before, about what Open House has been doing in this season. This has been a season unlike any other. It's gone on longer than we thought. I'm sure I'm not the only one that thought we'd all be back at the office by this point. But what's been really exciting to see over the last 18 months is the impact of Open House has not stopped. We've found ways to pivot, to get created, and to keep connecting with those that Open House serves that really are on the fringes of society. I mean, all of us to some extent at the moment can understand what it feels like to be socially isolated, to not be able to gather with friends, family, or even our regular work colleagues and whatnot. And this is an interesting thought because for many of the people that Open House serves, this is their daily reality long before the lockdown we find ourselves in now. This is what they experienced on a daily basis. But Open House for over the last 50 years has been providing these people with a place to belong, with friendship, long-term care, and support. And tonight, it is a fundraiser. We are here to raise some money for different technological needs that we have in Open House because we want to continue to keep connected with our people. We don't want to just open for those that can open again. We want to be able to pivot to a hybrid model where those that can't make it on site can still be connected and those that can as well, because some of the stories that you're going to hear tonight are incredible. You're going to hear from a few different managers tonight. We've got Wendy coming on, who I'll introduce soon, who heads up our incredible club work program. We've got Anne-Marie, who's our pastoral care support worker, who's been doing incredible work with our community members. And then finally, we'll have Steve Marks, who's the head of the youth programs and the youth workshop mentoring program, to talk about how it's looked to engage with that age bracket as well. And in this season, we have found ways to engage. And if tonight, throughout any part of this live stream, you do want to give to the cause that we're trying to raise money for tonight, we do have the very ambitious target of raising $10,000, because with that money, we will be able to truly continue to create a place that is online for people to belong, to be able to reach those who don't have access to things like tablets, even small things like internet, or even just lessons to teach them how to use this technology as well. Because of your support, you are directly helping someone in our community stay connected. And as I said at the top of this, we're dealing with some of the most socially isolated and vulnerable people in our community who, if we're being open with one another tonight, can be forgotten. So if you do want to partner at any point over this next live stream tonight, Nathan's going to post in the event chat a link, which is simply connected with openhouse.raisley.com. It's safe, it's secure, and we've set it up so a way that as soon as you give, you'll get a tax invoice as well. And once again, it's safe and secure in this season, so you can partner with the incredible work of Open House. But it's my great pleasure to get to introduce my first guest with us all this evening. She is an absolute legend of open house. She has been around the traps for a long, long time and truly is an inspiring woman. The more time I get to spend with Wendy Farrington, the more I learn and the more I see her heart for people. And in this season, I'm not going to steal too much of her thunder as she joins on now, but in this season, Wendy has been able to work with our incredible club work participants to help them in many different ways. And these are some of our older participants that use our services, and it truly has been, for me, someone in the millennial generation, inspiring to see how they've adapted in this situation. So Wendy, welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Jordan. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here online with us tonight. You didn't really have a choice, but I appreciate you saying yes anyway, which is always a good thing.
Always. Thank you.
But look, so you've got to work with our club work participants and you're used to being in person with them. That's traditionally the model that you use for the club work model. Did you want to perhaps give a quick overview of what the club work program is? Because I'm very aware we have some people joining us tonight that may not know what it is exactly that program does, Wendy.
Okay, so the club work program reaches out to the older people in our community, those who are lonely, isolated, wanting something to do, somewhere to go. We meet each week, each Wednesday and each Friday. We do certain things. We get to know the person and ask them what sort of things they would like to do, and then we try and put those things into practice for them. But it's about coming together as a friendship group and just being there for each other, and just having a nice time with each other, learning from each other. We all learn from each other. So
that's fantastic. And how long has the club work program been running for, Wendy?
Oh, goodness me, a long time, Jordan, a long time. I think it started about 1973,
wow.
Something like that. So Open House started in 1971.
Yeah.
So it was a couple of years after that. So it's been going a long time.
That's incredible and still running to this day. And you really have had an incredible impact, Wendy, over all these years. And as you said, for some of these elderly people, I'm assuming that using technology and adapting to this new digital world we live in probably has not come easily at times. But how important has it been for your club work participants to remain connected over the last 18 months?
It has been vital, absolutely vital to their well-being, their mental health. It's just been, they need to have that stimulation. We are social butterflies. We like to get together. We like to see each other, it's been great to come together on the electronic tablets, having a laugh, having a bit of a giggle, even a cry, but sharing with each other and once again, still learning, because it's been a big jump for them to be able to use these electronic devices. So that's been really impressive.
Yeah, that's incredible. And as I sort of said in the introduction, I, for one, have found it so inspiring, their commitment to want to stay connected with one another. And thank you so much for the way you've led that team and that group of people, because it has been incredible to see their laughs, their smile. I've been privileged enough to get to see some of the footage of some of those events. I think we've got some coming up after this interview. But has there been any stories that have really stood out to you over the last little bit in time?
There's been lots of stories, Jordan. I think most of all, I've just been so impressed with the way, the resilience of the older people, the way that don't give up. I can do this, and not just participants, our volunteers as well,
Yeah.
And so they're in on this. And that I had a gentleman the other day who was new to the electronic tablet, and I had him on the phone trying to navigate him on the tablet because he was having issues, and I could hear him starting to get a little bit frustrated, what have you. So just with some encouragement and what have you, he managed to do it. And just that, I did it. I knew I could do it,
Wow.
I wanted to see you guys. I knew I could do it. That sense of achievement that it's given not just him, but the rest of the participants as well, because they're doing something that they never, ever even contemplated that they would even be doing. A simple thing of turning the electronic tablet on for us might be very simple, but for the people who've never used it, it's quite challenging. But they have been just overwhelming, just incredible. I'm just so impressed.
It's exceptional, Wendy, and it really has been. I think one of the big stories I remember you sharing with me very early on, and I'm sure the people tuning in tonight would love to hear it as well, was how overwhelming it was for a lot of them to see each other's face again after sort of that initial separation when we went back in and out of lockdown, the different yo-yos. For them to have that constant you were sort of sharing was incredible. Just a simple fact they could see each other's faces. And is there anything you wanted to say on that at all?
Oh, look, I think just the overall giving that sense of purpose to them, getting out of bed, they've got something to look forward to, you know, even though they're not coming on site and seeing us face to face, they're seeing us over the screen. But it's just been, just the whole journey has been incredible. Yes, it's had its challenges, you know, but once again, they've soldiered on and they've continued just to, okay, we can't do anything about the pandemic. Let's do what we can do and just enjoy this time and make the most of it. So, you know, it's been really uplifting, really uplifting. I've got a great team behind me too, you know, because I'm always on the phone asking a question, a technical question to other people. So, yeah, great.
And was there anything in closing that you wanted to say to our supporters that are on tonight? Because I know we did get some support last year to help particularly fund the Club Work program. Was there anything that you wanted to share with those people that enabled us to do so?
Oh, absolutely. Just, you know, the support, the generous support of those people. You know, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today if it wasn't for them. You know, so I just want to thank you so much from my heart and from everyone else's heart involved in the club work. It's just been an absolute blessing to Open House, and we just thank you. And yeah, we just are so truly blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendy, and thank you for your time tonight, and thank you for sharing that with us. I'm very excited now because we're about to throw to a video which hopefully works smoothly so they can see some of your incredible club work participants and some of the volunteers as well and hear it. Thank you again for your time, Wendy. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Jordan, and thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so we'll throw to that video now and you'll all get to have a look.
Having the electronic tablet, has that helped you during this lockdown?
Yes, it has. I didn't think I'd be able to use a tablet, let alone talk to people. I didn't think it would happen. And it's very enjoyable.
So you enjoy seeing people each week, Barb?
Pardon?
You enjoy seeing people each week in your sessions?
Yes, I enjoy meeting people every week on the tablet too.
Without the electronic tablet, I wouldn't have been able to see any friends and have a chat with them and catch up with them each week as to what they've been doing. And I've got the phone, but it's so much nicer to see people on the tablet and talk directly to them.
I'm fortunate to be involved with lots of people, but it's always a highlight Friday afternoon. Oh yes, we got fun and games for Friday Club, so it's something to look forward to, and I think we need to have a bit of purpose and so on, and to have. It's really good to be organised in these times. So that's certainly helped me to be involved and just see people. Yeah.
Are you happy that you've been able to stay connected with Open House?
Yes, I am, because I've been able to see other people and other people I didn't know were there, and it stopped me being lonely.
So Rhonda, are you happy that you've been able to stay connected with your friends at Open House?
Yes, everybody's so nice, and it's very nice we all get along and see how each other is doing and check up on people. And I think it's been nice to be in touch with my friends at Open House, because I don't have friends on the tablet for me in other ways, and it's nice to have at least Open House to talk to each week. I look forward to it.
Have you enjoyed doing the club work program online? And what sort of things have you done?
Yes, I have enjoyed it, and we've done singing, a lot of looking at animals, the baby animals, especially like that, and we've had books read to us, and that's been very enjoyable.
So Bill, you connect each week with the club work participants and volunteers on the online sessions. What has this meant for you?
Well, it's been great just to see everyone, because we're all such great friends, and you miss your friends. So it's been good, and just the fun we share, all the nonsense. It's what I enjoy in Friday Club. Anyway, just being with people and doing stuff, and obviously it's not as good as being able to do the things we normally do and sing songs and do the other stuff, but it's still great to catch up and to see everyone, and to give them we each encourage one another as well, to keep going. We're concerned for each other and finding out how they're going, and that all helps, just make you feel more connected. We all need that connection.
How good was seeing and hearing some of those stories from the participants and volunteers. Wendy has done an exceptional job leading the club work team at the moment, and as you can see from our last fundraiser that we did all the way back, I think it was about 15 months ago or so, because of your generous support for all those people watching with us, we were able to connect with those people, and you heard from a couple of them there saying how important it is that they're not feeling alone and get to talk to someone. How much fun they just get from simply seeing something. And for a lot of us who have access to technology, we can often take it for granted in this season. And if you're anything like me, the word Zoom fatigue has been thrown around. But I always have to remember that in broader society, not everyone is as lucky as I am. So we have an opportunity tonight to partner with this incredible work, which is not only reaching those in the club work program, but across our other programs as well. And I'll get Nath to also share in that chat as well on the Facebook event, that link again. We're currently up to over $1,200. So thank you so much for your incredible support tonight. We are well on our way to our goal of 10,000. Now, I'm particularly excited to invite our next guest on tonight. Anne-Marie is a true legend as well of Open House. And I don't know how many Zoom meetings I've been into where Anne-Marie has been muted or just randomly appears in the Zoom meeting. So it's always good to keep it exciting tonight, because Anne-Marie has such a care for each of the people that she serves as part of the community program. She's joining in now. This is an exciting sign. Are you there, Anne-Marie? Feels like a staff meeting on a Wednesday now. Here we go. Can you hear me, Anne-Marie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well done. And you even got a blurred background tonight. You have upped your Zoom game. I am impressed. I got my wife to help me put a plant in there so it looked a bit more friendly and remove the guitars. How are you going this evening, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, good. I haven't got my hoodie on. I've even got my Open House attire on. I've been living in my hoodie for the last few months. But
be careful. I'm pretty sure we have board members and Paul watching tonight. So
okay, he's seen me in my hoodie too.
I'm not surprised by that. But thank you so much for being here with us tonight, Anne-Marie. You really do serve across a whole bunch of different programs at Open House, including the incredible pastoral care program where you look after individuals and whatnot. Did you just want to share briefly how, in the time over the last little bit, what have you been doing to connect with your people over the last 18 months, and how important has that been?
Yeah, over the past 18 months, it's been extremely challenging, I think, for everybody, especially in Victoria with all our lockdowns and our restrictions. So it's just been so essential to stay in contact with all the people that we work with for their mental health and well-being. And we've done that in a number of ways, you know, through Zoom sessions, through phone calls, lots and lots of phone calls every week. I get phone fatigue, I think.
Yeah.
And then, we write letters to our Bible Fellowship participants, and I'll do random cards to different people just to encourage them. But I think, so important to stay connected with our volunteers and our participants at this time. And our volunteers have all also stepped up. And a number of them are ringing around people, checking in on participants too, which is fantastic. And we've even been able to continue with Tuesday meal.
Wow. So on the Tuesday meal, because I'd love to dial down on that, because once again, I think that's an incredible program that we do at Open House. What does that look like at the moment? Because obviously we can't gather. So what have you guys been doing?
Yeah, it's been amazing that we can continue with the Tuesday meal, because a lot of our participants in Tuesday meals are living alone and independently, and they're the ones that we're focusing on to give a meal to, just so that they know that we remember them, that we care for them, and that we want them to know that that they're so valuable. So we've got a volunteer chef that stepped up, and every Tuesday he'll make the meals for us, and either himself or myself will deliver them to those people, and they really, really appreciate it.
That's awesome, Anne-Marie. And some of the meals, I've got to see a few photos that you sent through, and I'm sure some of the people that have seen our MailChimp as well, they're good-looking meals.
Yeah, they are. Well, he is a chef, so yeah.
Not like you or I, not a wannabe chef. He's a real chef.
A real chef, yeah.
Are there any stories that over the past year have really stood out to you? Like, if you had an opportunity to share a story, what would it be?
Well, for me personally, running Bible Fellowship, we call them every week, our Bible Fellowship participants, and a lot of them have been coming to Open House for 30 and 40 plus years.
Wow.
So with the phone calls and the one-on-one chats with them, it's just been great to getting to know them on a deeper level, finding out about their past, their upbringing, their families, things that, I never knew. And just so interesting to find out about different people's journeys and their lives. So I've really enjoyed that. And I think they've appreciated also being able to chat to someone and share about, what's happening in their lives, and they know that they've got the support from us. We tell them every week, if you need anything, give us a call. If we need to, drop off an essential item, we can do that for them. So that's been great.
That's exceptional, Anne-Marie. And once again, I love one of the things that I really wanted our supporters to realise tonight was the whole team, volunteers, we've all pivoted, in my opinion, exceptionally well. And we haven't stopped doing the core tenet of Open House, which is to create a place to belong and look after people. And you touched on it, Bible Fellowship was one of the original programs. I'm pretty sure there's some black and white photos from the very early 70s kicking around there, and it's still going. So I'll ask you the same question I asked Wendy to end it with. Was there anything you'd like to say to our supporters tonight, or those people that are potentially thinking about partnering with Open House for this campaign?
Yeah, just like to say, thank you, to our volunteers and all our supporters, for your ongoing support. I know many people have been supporting for a number of years, and that we're still passionate about connecting with people. We're still passionate, no matter what season or, what challenges there are in life, that we will continue, to do everything that we can, to support the people that we work with, because, we know you know, we really value them. And I know, especially for our Bible Fellowship participants, they missed out on getting technology and iPads last year. So I would love for the Bible Fellowship group to be able to meet online, as you know, like the Club Works does, and they would so appreciate seeing each other online, you know, when we can't meet in person, because they really miss each other, and they're such a close friendship group, and they haven't been able to see each other for a long time. I know I spoke to a man recently who hasn't been able to come to Bible Fellowship for over 2 years due to health issues and transport, but we call him, and the different volunteers call him, and you know, everyone stays in contact with him, which is great. But I let him know last week that there's a possibility that, you know, he might get, you know, an iPad or something that he could see everybody and connect with us. And he was very, very excited about that. So, yeah.
That's awesome. It's definitely high on the agenda with the support, thinking of ways that we can continue to engage with some of that elderly and super vulnerable participants of Bible Fellowship. But thank you, Anne-Marie, for how creative you've gotten with your team, your volunteers, and your commitment in this season to still reach out to people. And thank you so much for your time this evening as well.
I didn't have a choice, but thank you.
Didn't have a choice. That's going to be a commonality with all my guests tonight. But thank you. I'll let you go before we bring on our next guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. So as you heard there from Anne-Marie, it has been incredible how it's not only the Club Work program that has pivoted in this season, but all of our programs. We're looking for ways that we can still keep doing the core work of Open House, which is connecting with those that are on the fringes of society and making sure they're connected and they're not forgotten as well. And once again, it's directly because of your support that we're able to keep ministering to the people the way we are, to keep making sure people are not forgotten. So once again, thank you. And if you do want to give tonight, I know I sound like a bit of a broken record, but I am passionate about seeing our people reached. All you have to do is simply go to connectedwithopenhouse.raisley.com, and thank you once again to those that have given tonight. So we've had a bit of a gamut, and I wanted to give a bit of a cross-section tonight for all of our people that are joining us from all over the place about how the different age brackets have been reached in this season. So we start off with Club Work, which are elderly, moved on to Bible Fellowship and Community Meal, which is a blend, and now we get to bring in the digital natives, the youth. So I'm going to welcome Steve Marks to the chat now to come, the real Steve Marks. There's a bit of a joke around Open House at the moment. Every time we do a staff meeting, about 4 or 5 Steve Markses log into the meeting because it's people that are using Steve's Zoom account and forgotten to sign out. So each week we ponder which Steve is about to appear at this meeting. But we have the freshly clean shaven Steve with us tonight.
Absolutely. I thought I had to dress up for the event.
Well, I'm regretting not having a shave right now, Steve. So well done, my friend. You are the youth manager. You oversee all of our youth programs at Open House. And once again, did you want to give a bit of a background for those that may be joining us for the first time tonight about what does that encapsulate? What do our youth programs look like?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Geordie. So the youth programs, we kind of focus on young people, just really opportunities to engage young people and reconnect them to school, to some form of education, to a job. And really the focus of Open House is creating a place to belong, giving opportunities to young people to kind of socialize, meet new people, and hang out. So that's a bit about the youth.
Yeah, which is incredible. You guys do some truly, and I know I sound biased because I am, but the Youth Workshop Mentoring Program is exceptional. As you put, you find employment pathways, you re-engage them with the school system, which in this season has been tricky, I think, for those that were already not in that vulnerable bracket. So how have you found over the last 18 months, how important has it to be to remain connected with your participants? How has that impacted?
Yeah, look, it's been so important to be connected with our participants. I think we all know how isolating the last 12 to 18 months has been. And certainly from the youth perspective and the youth team have certainly made it a real priority to focus on making sure that in every Zoom conversation, every phone call, every Discord session we have, every connection we have with our young people, the focus has been to make sure that they genuinely feel that we're there for them, we care for them, we support them, we want to listen to them. And so by creating that atmosphere, creating that priority in the youth team, we've found that our young people have wanted to stay connected to us in some way, shape or form. So connection has been so essential during the last 12 to 18 months.
And it's huge. And I think sometimes we can forget, because you primarily are dealing with high school age students and whatnot as well, that are digital natives. I think you and we are right on that cusp of not being digital natives. We're that little bit too old to remember the pre-internet world.
Yeah.
What's some of the memories or stories that have happened over this past period with these digital natives that have really stood out to you? Like, what did you want to share with our supporters tonight?
Look, there's so many stories that I would love to share with you guys about the reason why we do what we do and the reason why we continue to do what we do. I think there's things from our Strava Step Challenge, where we encourage young people to get out for a run or a walk and just get some fresh air, exercise, increase their levels of physical activity, all the way through to our online family engagement evenings, where we've connected with families, we've delivered pizzas, got pizzas delivered to their house, and
that's awesome.
These families have just felt so blessed to firstly have a meal provided for their family, but secondly have a night off from cooking. But then on top of that, they get to connect online with a bunch of different families, meet some new people, and have play some games and have a laugh. So those are a couple of the stories. But I think for me, the biggest story that really kind of spoke volumes to me was around the fact that our young people absolutely love open house. They love the physical place of open house, and just about in every phone call or Zoom conversation that I've been in, I've had one or two people going, "When are we back at open house? When can we get back to open house? Why can't we go next week?" And that just shows, speaks volumes to me about how much they love being at open house. But a lot of our young people are big gamers, and Minecraft is one of the more popular games at the moment. And essentially, this group of young people got together to build their own community or village known as worlds. So you mine resources and material and build up your world. And a couple of our staff members had the opportunity to go into this Minecraft world and have a bit of a look around, and they showed us. And this comment will never leave me. It was this one young guy said, "If I can't go to open house, I'll build it." Wow. And he literally built open house in his world. He had put the cross up and the logo and showed us around open house. And that just said to me how much open house is a part of their life and how much they love being there. So that was certainly something that was encouraging to me.
That's incredible. I mean, they can't get in, but they still build it. And what a cool thing that you were able to go in with some of the other staff members and truly meet the young people where they're at. When you shared that story, then that's what really jumped out. Our staff are actually using the technology and the tools available to go to the young people. We're not just sitting here in this season going, "Oh, we'll wait till it's over." We're going, no, we're going to go to them. We're going to be a part of their worlds.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome. So is there anything you did want to share to our supporters, any thank you, anything like that? And is there anything you wanted to bring to their attention that we perhaps have coming up with the youth team at the moment that they could be a part of?
Yeah, look, I'm so grateful to all the support from our volunteers, an amazing youth team behind me, and amazing participants who are being connected into Open House and continuing to be connected through this season. But I think that there is a lesson that I've taken away from this. I'm very much a reflective thinker and kind of thought about the last 12 to 18 months, and that feeling of being connected is good. It feels nice. I had a mate call me this morning just to check in, and that felt nice. And that feeling doesn't just feel good during a pandemic. It feels good. And so I'll just encourage you to kind of remember the value of friendships and relationships and continue to check in, to communicate, and to make it a priority to invest in friendships and relationship, whether we're in a pandemic or not.
Yeah.
But yes, before I go, I'd love to quickly give the Open House 50 for 50 bike ride a bit of a plug. We've got this bike ride, or it can be a walk or a run between the Monday the 18th of October and Sunday the 31st of October. So it's the last 2 weeks of October. We'd love for anyone to join our Strava Open House Club. So download the app, join the Open House Club, and essentially we would love for you to ride or run or walk over multiple sessions if you'd like, 50Ks in celebration of the 50 years at Open House. So
that's fantastic. That's a really cool initiative, and once again a great testament to how yourself and the youth team have been using technology to not only connect with them, but to encourage a healthy lifestyle as well. Thank you so much for your time tonight, Steve. And as with all our other guests, you're doing an exceptional job at the moment. And I love that still, even in this season, we're creating a place to belong. Even though we can't physically gather, we're finding ways and we're adapting. We're not just sitting on our hands. The people at Open House, we're serving our community and we're getting busy being the hands and feet. So thank you for your time.
Yeah, well, thank you. And before we go, Geordie, we're asking all our volunteers and supporters and participants to jump on board this 50K bike ride. Just for the record, what are you going to be doing?
Look, I knew I had a feeling that this might happen, and this is definitely not written in for our supporters watching. I don't mind a walk, you know this. I'm impartial to a walk, and I don't own a push bike, and that does not mean send one to my house either. Anyone watching, I will come up with some solution, but I'm not going to commit to anything on the record tonight. We could chat offline, but good try.
Awesome. Thanks, Geordie.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate your time. Once again, as you can see across the thread, we really are impacting our community in this season. And it really is because of the support of incredible people like yourselves watching tonight. And I've got a quick little bit of a tally here on the iPad. So far tonight, we have raised $1,667, which is incredible. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you so much for your support. All the money raised tonight will go to assisting in connecting the Open House people via forms of technology. And as you saw with Steve, meeting people where they're at, as you saw Wendy, letting each other see each other with tablets, and for Anne-Marie and the Bible Fellowship Program as well, creative ways to reach those people that are living on their own, the vulnerable and are isolated. But simply from myself and the rest of the team here at Open House, we want to say thank you so much for being with us tonight at this online fundraiser. Thank you so much for your incredible support. It means so much that so many people care. And we absolutely appreciate that as a season like we're in right now, community can still come together and we can reach out to those on the margins. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you all either online or in person sometime soon. Thank you again for your time. Bye.